Hello, my name's Paul McCain. I'm from Reno, Nevada, and I'm at the 50th Van Nationals here in, where are we at? Colorado, Sterling. So anyway, this is my 1978 Ford Econoline E150 van. I picked it up just only 2 years ago. I had a 77 Ford van that I had ordered from Ford when I was 16 years old, and it came about 6 months later, and then started vanning then. That was back in 1977. And so I had a 77 Ford van that looked just like this one, but mine was a shorty, this one is not. And I discovered this one. I'd been looking really hard for about 3 years, and this one just happened to come into the shop next to me at the mechanic shop, and I saw it, and I went over to just look at it, and I looked inside, saw that there was a for sale sign in it, and it said $2,900. So I went inside and I asked if I could get the phone number to the guy, and he said yeah. And I go, do you know if it's for sale? And he said yeah, it's for sale. It's getting the carburetor rebuilt. So I called him up, and I said, how much are you going to have in the carburetor? He said $500. I said, well, you take $3,000. He said, yeah, I'll take it. So anyway, it was the original owner that I had bought it from. He bought it in Canada, and then immediately took it over to a van conversion shop and had the whole interior that you're going to see in this put in. And when I got it, it had flares on it and running boards. But they were cracked and broken, so I took those off. And then because you could see where everything was, I repainted it and then had the lettering and stuff all done on it. It's got a 351 Windsor with AC. It's got dual tanks. It's got, from the factory, dual batteries from the factory. It's factory insulated. It came from Canada, so he paid to have it all have blown-in insulation in it. And so, and then it has like a engine heater in it, and it was everything. Awesome. So, and the big thing again too is mine was a Chateau package with this same blue interior, nice deluxe interior. The inside that they put in looked almost like what I did myself back in '77, and it was just like it meant to be. So anyway, I got it, finished going through it, changing, any old bushings that it needed or whatever in the front end. It only had a little over 100,000 miles on it. Bought it from the original owner. His name was Al Gagnon. I hope Al can see this one day. So anyway, I told him, you sold it to the right guy. So anyway, just been fixing little things that it needs. It had the old original stereo and speakers and things like that. You got to change those out. It looks like it's old in the on the stereo, but it's one of those new ones with Bluetooth and everything like that. So it all fit the factory hole and didn't have to cut anything out or nothing like that. So Night Moves just sounded like a perfect name for a van to me, and I just kind of laid out what I wanted, and I took it to Dale Weber in Reno, Nevada. He owns Weber Graphics, and he did this amazing job on the side here, and I printed out some pictures of some portholes, and I told him what I wanted. I said I didn't want to cut in and put portholes in it, so I wanted fake portholes put on the end of it. This van was too nice to be cutting up, and the interior, I would have had to take the interior all out and all that. So I love the porthole look, but in the day when I started vanning, I had portholes, but then I also filled in holes from portholes. So it was like I didn't want the flares anymore. I had had those before, and they always will break lots of times. So I just wanted to just have a nice clean van, so I took those off. It had factory stainless moldings, but they were cut because of the flares, so I couldn't really reuse them unless I put flares back on again. And so the holes that hold these clips in, that hold those moldings on, I wanted to weld them up, but then I couldn't weld them up because it's all factory insulated, and it was going to be a problem burning that up. So I ended up just putting this nice little trim strip around it and two-toning it. And if you look as well here, these are the factory locking gas caps with the matching keys, and that was a special order thing, and I had that factory on mine, but I only had the single tank. I had the shorty. So, but with the factory key and all that as well for mine. So before I painted it, I went ahead and had the it had the FORD. I filled those holes in right there. I removed the Econoline on the side and the E150s, and then just smoothed it out. The grill is the original grill, but it's silver and gray, so I made it black and silver. I put in the LED headlights because I was coming a long ways for this run. That worked really well. That worked out great. This is all the original chrome. Amazing van that I think he kept in his garage most of the time that he owned it. And he brought it down from Canada, took it to California, and then from California he brought it up to Nevada, and that's where I found it. It was in Nevada. Those are those are US mags. US. Okay. Now, I can tell anyone that goes, you can buy them brand new. Those are 10s and 8s, but the 8s would not fit over the calipers. So I had to have 3/4 inch spacers made for the front, but it also held them out nice to the rears as well. Yeah. So, anyway, did that?
Yeah, love the look.
So, tying in with Night Moves being Bob Seger song, that I decided to go with the rock and roll theme, and you'll kind of see what started it on the inside. So I went thinking of Bob Seger, the Night Moves, perfect name for a van, and it was also Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, so just put Silver Bullet Van on there. It does have these privacy glass pop-outs that were on here. Everything is like you see it. Luckily, I somehow got that license plate, and that's a real license plate. It's nothing fake. It looks good.
Custom plate, nice. All right.
One more thing that I really liked about this conversion is they put the plug-in to the inside the wheel opening area here. Yeah, I did change this out because it had like a Canadian type fitting and not an American 110. So I changed that. Yeah, doesn't even know it. It doesn't mess with your outside. And this conversion shop that I'm about to show you who did this in Canada, this is the original sticker from there back in 1978. So the Canadians will probably know what all of it means, but I do not.
Well, yeah, someone will recognize that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got a few stickers on there.
Yeah. This right here is my dune buggy I have at home, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a Myers Manx. That Chateau package I was telling you about, my interior from 1977 looked like this same interior, and it's in amazing shape. Same color blue, has a swivel, captain's chairs all in it. I changed that radio to for one of those nostalgia radios that does everything that you want for a modern radio. You can plug in.
Oh yeah, it does look like a regular old radio.
Yeah, and but it's got Bluetooth and USB and all of that. I have the funny thing about this, because it is Canadian, the speedometer is in kilometers, which makes it harder for me to figure out. But there is some little markings that show a standard. I did change the steering wheel, because that's the same kind of wheel I had in '77 as well. And the conversion shop, they made that drink tray. All of that is from the conversion shop back in '78. And it has AC as well that still works, which is amazing.
Wow. Cruise control, you see right there?
Yeah, cruise control. Even though the cruise control, it's funky. I did put on a moon pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, going to the inside here. This again is from 1978. I did add a couple things to it, but where Night Moves came from is this had this mirror, the Steve Miller Band mirror in here from the conversion. And I think you could get these, I was told from the carnival and stuff that you could do that, but all of this material is like this, but I thought, okay, I'll just stick with the rock and roll theme. And so I got this Bob Seger carpet, you know, tied it into the Night Moves, did another rock and roll kind of a poster thing there. But this does have a nice closet, and it's got a sink, it's got a fridge, a dual type fridge for running off a power or battery in the cabinet. It's got a mirrored ceiling up there in the center. And I'll open up that back door so you can get some light in there. So this is a survivor van for sure. It's got still the original carpet and materials and everything like that all in this.
Incredible.
Yeah, a little partition going back there.
Mm-hmm.
This is where, and it works. It still works like brand new. Amazing. Again, there. They used to know how to make things, I think. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, and then the closet is cedar lined in the closet. I have power up there to that. When I plug in that wheel into the wheel well area, then I have power as well up there. These old school lights. I don't know if I remember even how to turn it on. I put in little LEDs in here. Yeah, so they draw very little power. But I've got you can't find those lights. Okay. Now moving to the back area, you can see again, this is how it was. I've got a storage area right in here where you keep all your junk. This is where you fill the tank for the water storage right here. I did put on a memory foam on top of the mattress that they had. And I changed these speakers out. They had some old speakers right there, and I just changed them to more modern speakers for the sound. I added a USB terminal area there so it can plug in phones and things like that.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's got a nice dual light system. Everything in this works. It's amazing. As far as in the engine compartment, it's in nice clean shape. I've got factory dual batteries there and over there. It's got AC, 351 Windsor. Runs excellent.
Very nice. Yeah, that's great.
Could probably use some detailing in here, but
incredible find. Wow.
it's still, I've only had it for 2 years, and it's just making sure everything is
Treating you
good to
well.
go. Yeah,
Nice.
because I'm taking it on long runs. I've taken it now on some long runs, and it's been great. So this right here is the original bill of sale and order form that Al had ordered it with. So he did the same thing. He ordered in what he wanted, everything done on it. And with all of these amazing options and stuff in here, it came to $8,399. This was back on February 11th, 1978. It says Elkford, British Columbia. Okay, this is a 77 van yearbook, the first year I started vanning. And we're from Reno, Nevada, and we had this gambling truck in there. So, and this shows me at 17 in this picture right here. And then I have
Wait, which one's you?
this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
then I'll go to another. Shows me as well right here. A lot skinnier. Yeah. And then this was our club at the time. And it's hard to, I'm right there in that, but it doesn't matter.
Nice.
But this is a great, great book to have on all this stuff. So,
Very cool.
okay.
What is this now?
I was vice president of Silver State Vans back in Reno, Nevada, and that's still the original card from back then. So
Good souvenir. Good
Yeah.
memento.
it is.
All right.
I would just like to say thank you to JJ, and all of these van videos that he posts is amazing, and I've seen them all. And to be here and to meet him and then to have him fill my van is an honor, and
Well,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was
I'm glad
happy
we
to
did.
hear yesterday you mentioned something about you during COVID.
Yeah.
You guys were
Well,
stuck and you were kind of bummed out you couldn't go
you-
anywhere.
Yeah, there was no van runs to go to or anything like that. So started watching YouTube and focused
busy.
it right on vanning,
Wonderful.
and especially your channel. I mean, you've got by far more than anyone. So,
Well, fun. Thank you.
and thank you for doing that. So,
That's my pleasure.
keeping this vanning thing alive as much as we can.
That's
you
what
know.
we're trying to do. Keep
Yep.
her going. Keep
All
her
right.
going. All right, buddy.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Bye bye.